Welcome to the FPL USA Press Play Podcast. And now, also, a burgeoning, brilliant YouTube channel. I'm Bucks, joined by my co-host, my partner in crime, Brian. Chin, happy midweek. We're both on Wildcard. We're getting wacky here.
Mate, the deadline is tomorrow. I'm shaking in my boots. I have not had enough time to dedicate. It's kind of like end of quarter madness for a lot of businesses and especially mine. So it's been an utter kind of bleep show this week, to be honest. But I'm glad to grab 10 minutes here to walk through your wild cards, especially since you were not on the episode earlier in the week with Black Wolf and I. So we're excited to pump this one out. Some fresh thoughts, some new takes from you. Obviously, very spicy. Before you and I are heading on some big trips in the next couple weeks. So let's do the damn thing and run through your wildcard team. I'm going to pull it up on the screen, Bucks, but tell us some of your non-negotiables, some of your thoughts that were put into showing off this first draft.
Yeah, so I'm set on wildcarding. I've already hit the button. Official. I will be having a brand new team going into the GW6 deadline. I'm really excited about that.
Get rid of those villains. Oh my goodness. Every time I pulled up your squad, tough to see.
It was heartbreaking. Sometimes you look at it. Long gone are the triple Villa assets that I had. See you never. Those guys probably won't be making it back into my team. And I'm also selling Verts and Salah. Those guys are on their way out in order to facilitate bringing Holland in. So those are kind of the big swings in my team. I was hoping to navigate this game week 6 with just free transfers, full candor. But, the Sanchez red card means I need a goalkeeper. And, my team value is just plummeting.
He served his midweek suspension. He would have been back, but still not a great look. And
it was a rage. It was a move made in the heat of emotion. So it feels good to look at this team now and feel a lot more optimistic about the points that are to come. And kind of, put hopefully this series of false starts in the rearview mirror.
All right, let's run through from back to front. Let's tell the listeners and showcase the team right now.
Sure, perfect. So a couple of locks that I have. Raya paired with Dubravka as my goalkeepers. I haven't veered from that for even half a second, so that will be my goalkeeper pairing. A little more than I normally like to spend, but 9.5 to starters. They'll be useful for bench boosts. Enough said.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, the template is Raya, Dubravka, so I don't think you have to swim against the grain. The only other player I'm considering in goal is Petrovic, the ex-Chelsea lad playing at Bournemouth, if you wanted to save some money. But I would say I looked at Donny Ruma as well, but it's hard to justify going him at the same price as Raya.
Yeah, agreed. And, I actually like Vicario. He's the other one that I would consider. Just kind of a little bit cheaper, but I think just keep it simple, stupid at this point. Let's get some green arrows. So trusting probably the best goalkeeper in the Prem for the best defense. Now moving into defense, I have Gabriel. He's going to be part of my Arsenal defensive double up. I went Romero, so I actually moved off Pedro Porro, who's previously been in my team. I moved off Munoz. Right now, I'm keeping the faith with my Truffert guy. He is the Bournemouth defender that I started with. He's more of a wingback. I think a double-digit haul is coming very soon. If you watch any of the Bournemouth matches, he's creating tons of chances. I've had him since the outset. Right now, I'm not keen to necessarily make the swap to Senesi for 0.4 million more. Just doesn't seem worth it. And then on my bench, I have double 4 million options. This Mukiele guy, he seems like a DEFCON machine at Sunderland. And Goodmanson, he's been good and bad to me so far this season. But they both start, and these are both defenses that at least look like in home matches they can have a shout for a clean sheet. So they'll be useful for a bench boost.
Goodmanson has been solid. He unfortunately got the own goal credited against him, but other than that, it's not like he's getting red cards like Konsa was
he's
previously.
Not a problem.
So this is interesting. I have not seen very many teams with the double 4.0 defender, but I think between ukulele man, Goodmanson, Rodon, even going with the other Sunderland lads like Alderete. Like, they're all good choices that could easily rack up 3 or 4 points in tons of matches. So I like cutting corners potentially where you can, especially if you're very confident in your 3 other defenders. I guess you have some money in the bank in this draft. If you were going to play 3 defenders every single week, I guess I just don't see why you wouldn't go for Senesi just for the DEFCON potential. But I know, if you had 4 at the back and had like another really confident player there that might kind of rotate with Truffert, then maybe. But that's just something that sticks out to me. I know Senesi's uber template, but he's great value, and like we've said on the pod before, had 5 or 6 goal involvements a couple seasons ago when he played 2,500 minutes. So there's also monster hauls coming from him in addition to the DEFCON. But
Totally
makes sense.
fair.
And
I'm probably wrong in thinking, but I think Senesi could actually get some rotation upcoming. But he has the much higher floor than the guy that I have. The issue is just my team value isn't great, so I like the flexibility to keep that in my pocket rather than just going Senesi for 0.3 or 4 million more.
Okay.
Definitely not sold there.
The midfield is very interesting, so let's run through that.
Yeah, so actually the midfield is where I feel like I'm least settled. For sure, I'm going to have Semenyo and Ndiaye from Everton. I think those guys almost pick themselves right now. Ndiaye seems to be the one on the end of a lot of Jack Grealish brilliance. He has penalties. He seems like he's getting close to 90 minutes. Everton, as I predicted, are a far improved side. Yeah, tons to like there. And Semenyo entering kind of his mini prime. He's really emerged as a true talisman for Bournemouth. Might have penalties going forward with Kluivert still, rumored to be not fully fit. And so those guys are locks. Now, the other 3 positions, I have Reindeer. Now, he's a player I picked from the outset. Probably actually one of my only good picks that I had the whole way through. So I feel like I was early there. He's there, but if I change the other 2 spots, then Reindeer might become a player like Stash on Leeds that I think is offering outsized value as a 5 million option. Now, right now, I'm showing Bruno Fernandes and Bukayo Saka completing my midfield 5. Now, kind of those positions are still a little bit more up in the air. Specifically, wow. Okay. I've really tinkered with a version where I have Phil Foden in for Bruno Fernandes as more of a short-term pick to try and, Bucks Wild a couple hauls with the upcoming Manchester City fixtures. But Bruno, you just know you're not going to be sweating any deadline. He's going to start. He's going to get 90 minutes. He's on penalties. Manchester United advanced stats are good. So that's kind of my big question mark. And if I go Foden, I probably wouldn't pick Reindeer as well.
Yeah, I guess for me, Reindeer is 100% a lock. I think you've already picked him in your Game Week 1 side. You've got the value built up in him. That dude's a season keeper at his price. If he was priced closer to 7.5, we'd still be looking at him, I think, based on how many shots he's taking. So if you have a couple of shekels in the bank, there's no close competition between Stashman and Reindeer. So even going on the triple up on Foden, Holland, and Reindeers for a couple of games is fine if you know you're going to kind of play around with that Foden slot. So I think that's something else that I would definitely prioritize over leaving money in the bank.
Yeah. So, and again, what's nice about moving Bruno to Foden in my midfield is that it will enable me to upgrade my attack. So I already mentioned Holland. He's coming in. He's going to have the armband in Game Week 6. Not even sweating that for a single heartbeat. And then I have João Pedro. He's been my best pick so far this season. It's not even close. Yep. 5 returns in 5 matches.
Why did I have?
I tried to tell you. I tried to steer
Watkins.
you. So he's brutal. A lock as well. He's not going anywhere. I think he's going to continue to accrue value, continue to put the FPL points on the board. And right now I have DCL. So again, this is really building towards a Game Week 8 bench boost. Calvert-Lewin looks like he, as long as he's fit, he's going to be a level above the rest of these priced forward options. He's 5.5 million. Potentially has penalties, which I really like. I think that is a major carrot that he has over Muniz as a direct like-for-like comparison. And
Yeah,
the
the only
fixture in
problem
game
is
week 8,
Bucks. The only problem
he
is
could die.
he's about as
He
good
could
at
run,
penalties
and
as Ollie Watkins is. So temper your
I'm willing to
expectations because there are
gamble there
misses
with
coming up.
my willing to gamble with my 8th attacker. Now, if I go Bruno to Foden, then Calvert-Lewin will immediately become Richarlison, and then I will bench. I'll probably be stuck with a benching headache this game week, which is a little annoying, but what can you do?
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, tell me about where you're at with Saka versus Gyökeres as potential inclusions in your team.
Yeah, so I'm either going to go for Saka or I think I'm going to skip him altogether. That's what I'm feeling right now. I think Gyökeres hasn't really. He's not been a player that's totally impressed me by the eye test. Now, of course, he has penalties, maybe, and he has gotten some goal involvements. But just when I watch him, I kind of just feel like for 9 million, I'd rather figure out a way to get to Isak as that premium third spot. So right now, I think Saka gives me a little bit more of a safety blanket, and he could be a differential. So that's why I have Saka.
Yeah,
And
obviously
for what it's worth, I
proven
think there's
track
no reason
record with
Saka
Saka.
doesn't take the next penalty.
No, yeah, I mean, I disagree there. I feel like the number 9 came in for a reason with a big target on his back to provide the goals for an Arsenal team that's lacking in them from the number 9. So given how just lenient Saka is with giving out pens, I would be surprised there, knowing that
That's
he's
fair.
trying to boost his teammates up. But overall, having one of those Arsenal attackers is definitely interesting. So, with Saka, we saw Noni pick up a big injury. He's going to be out for a couple months. So you expect Saka in the league and probably to play 80 plus minutes again while he's fit. So just hopefully he stays fit. But these other premiums, like we see the likes of Palmer going down with these injuries, there's not a ton of choice, and Isak's not quite up to fitness / has that spot locked down for Liverpool. So interesting here that you have no Liverpool assets. So what is the
Yeah,
future
I'm
plan
fading.
to bring them back in, or even get somebody like VVD in? What are your thoughts here?
I'm just fading them. I
Fading.
haven't been impressed by
Okay.
their defense. Uh, Actually, I see a couple teams on Wildcard that have Verge and Gabriel and Tarkowski. Now, I just haven't felt that Verge is worth anywhere close to the 6 million based on the way that Liverpool are defending right now. So I think Romero for a whole million cheaper is like bang value. I think Senesi for 1.3 million cheaper also is offering outsized value there. So
Yep.
the defense is not what I'm fussed about. It's more the attack. I feel like pretty soon I'm going to be scrambling for a way to get Isak in, and I don't have a clear
Interesting.
way to that right now.
It's funny. I'm nowhere settled on my wild card, but I'm now kind of transitioning to like a 4-5-1 with
Oh, interesting.
Lyle Foster or whatever Foster's name is, plus DCL up top next to Holland, and definitely going more robust in my defense because I have not been impressed with any of the strikers. I discussed this with Black Wolf earlier too. Like even
Yeah, I
somebody like
heard that.
Mateta who's scoring goals, he's not getting any points. Like VVD's at least getting a couple 8-pointers, a couple 4-pointers. Like I think the value there is interesting. But overall, yeah, solid wild card. I think where are your what's keeping you up at night before the deadline? What 2 picks here are still up for grabs?
Yeah, so it's kind of to Foden or not to Foden. Right now, that's the thing that I think is keeping my wild card on a knife's edge.
I would
Beyond that,
not
I
vote in.
feel
It's
what?
tempting. It's tempting, but I just wouldn't go there.
Well, the issue is, it's going to feel like such a hindsightism if he gets the start against Burnley and I didn't go there. I'd be like, oh, that's so silly. But then if he, there is that non-0% chance that he doesn't start against Burnley. Then it's like,
Exactly.
you burn 8.5 million on your wild card for, basically a semi-premium spot. So
Yeah.
yeah,
What
basically
about
Bruno
somebody?
and Saka, one of them to
What about
Foden is what's
somebody
keeping me
like
up.
Bumo? Like, what if you went with Bumo instead? He's got like top 5 XGI for the season. It hasn't come to fruition yet, but these next few fixtures are golden. So if you were going to go with Saka over Bruno, maybe you should be looking at somebody like Bumo over the likes of Foden, because these next two fixtures are prime time, and that
they
is a
better?
differential as
Are
well.
they better than the City fixtures? That's
No, but you're getting 90 minutes. Foden, like
yeah.
you could get 245s, you could get a 30 and a 60. You're just very risky
Totally.
at this point. So just wanted to point out, another alternative to that price bracket, because they're about the same price there.
Yeah, and then just down the road, my move would eventually be to get Anderson in from Fulham. He switches really nicely with Romero after a couple game weeks, and that will be part of my game week 8 bench boost. Excuse me.
Okay, interesting. All right, Bucks. Well, thanks for showcasing this team. A few different picks here. I do like that you've included some Spurs. We're not seeing as many Spurs in the kind of meta template, but they have great fixtures, and Frank has shown that they're resolute and they're going to continue to impress. I wish I could go for somebody like Xavi Simons, but right now it's just too difficult to go that route since he's still building up his Premier League fitness versus the rest of this league. But I think he's somebody down the line that I'm very interested in. Other players in the midfield, I'm not seeing, I wish Sarr was healthy. I think he's playing, up top.
He's training
alongside
again.
Mateta.
He is back to training.
Yeah, so that's another player in the midfield that I have been interested in. Kudus just has no goal threat, and that's what kind of puts me off of him. Obviously, he's got 4 assists in 5 matches, which is great, but I want somebody who can get me that double-digit haul if I'm going to go there in the midfield. But the rest of the picks, Semenyo and Dye, Bruno, Saka, these are all great picks. And then I think, yeah, it's tough. I mean, I wish we knew or saw the attack humming a bit more for Liverpool to be like, all right, maybe I'll just go Gakpo as my stopgap. He's half the cost of Salah. Maybe that's
half
somebody.
the price of Salah.
After 3 straight blanks and them only putting up 1 or 2 goals in a few matches, it's tough to go there right now. But I feel like we will be transitioning to having some Liverpool game week 8 and onwards. But they have to get revenge against Palace. Palace whooped their butts in the last couple matches, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, lots to come. Game week 6, I think, is going to be a turning point moment, hopefully, for both of our seasons and for the podcast as we look to, kind of stack a couple green arrows back to back to back.
Ugh.
But excited to be on
when you're
Wildcard.
in the 6-7 millions, right?
It should be a little easier. Should be a little bit easier
on Wildcard, right?
That's what you hope.
Yep.
But that's the hope that kills
right.
us sometimes.
That's right. All right, Bucks, thanks for previewing the wild card. We wish you safe travels on your upcoming vacation with the fam.
Yeah.
We'll be posting our final teams on social. Make sure to check us out at FPL USA Press Play. Give us a sub on YouTube as we continue to build that out and put up some more shorts. And we will talk to you all after the game week 6 is in the books. Adios.
Adios.